थोड़ा सा बना लेते हैं।
अब नहीं लाइन कर दिए,
ओके बात सही कर दिया,
लाइन कर दिए ना, ठीक है कोई दिक्कत नहीं, आप बनाइए ना, बनाइए तब तक कुछ लाइन में तो मुझे शेयर में नहीं आता, स्टॉप से आप स्टॉप से ये सब नहीं चलता।
Sir, is my voice is audible to you, sir?
अभी बोलिए रमेश सर.
Ramesh sir, Dr. Barik sir from ICFI University. Kindly
Right,
unmute
right.
from your end, sir.
Yeah, it is audible.
Okay,
Please
thank you,
carry
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll starting soon, sir, just within 1 to 2 minutes, sir.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
This gives us not only immense pleasure, but it is also an honor for us that we do have dignitaries on the dais. And we also, since we did go with the blended mode, I take this opportunity to welcome our guests even in the online mode. As ICFIN, we really feel elated to have this topic. And over the last 2 days, we did have some deep insights, thoughts that provoked us too long to discuss lots of things about these FPOs. And as laymen, we really did get certain feedbacks also. And I also take this opportunity, not to cut short, welcoming again my colleagues and my dear students who are all here to make this valedictory session a grand success. I think we could not have a better speaker yesterday, and neither we can do without the speakers as we have the dignitaries today too. Even in the blended mode, even we are going to have a great session even for the online mode. Now, the aura of knowledge gets diminished if we do not light the lamp. Ignorance will be blemished with the lighting of the knowledge through the lighting of the lamp. Now, I would request our dignitaries, guests, to please proceed further for the lighting of the lamp.
ज्योति तुम्हारी सतत जलेगी, आया हूँ जाला लेने, प्रभु आया हूँ जाला लेने। ज्योति तुम्हारी सतत जलेगी, आया हूँ जाला लेने, प्रभु आया हूँ जाला लेने। चारों दिशाएं नजर न आए, चारों दिशाएं नजर न आए, इतना अंधेरा जीवन में, इतनी चमक तेरे दर्शन में। ज्योति तुम्हारी सतत जलेगी, आया हूँ जाला लेने, प्रभु आया हूँ जाला लेने।
Thank you so much, my dear students. I would now request our Vice Chancellor, sir, to present the bouquet to our guests. Sir, Registrar, sir. Thank you so much. Your presence today is really inspirational, and hopefully it is going to motivate us in the near future too. I would now request our Vice Chancellor, sir, to address the valedictory session.
पूज्य स्वामी स्वामी जी अंतरानंद जी असिस्टेंट सेक्रेटरी फ्रॉम द रामकृष्ण मिशन आश्रम, डॉक्टर अरुण कुमार सिंह, हेड ICR रिसर्च कॉम्प्लेक्स फॉर द ईस्टर्न रीजन, डॉक्टर रमेश मित्ता, डायरेक्टर NIAM Jaipur, who is participating online, Professor Arun Kumar, registrar, Dr. Barik, assistant dean, all the senior faculty members, the students, and the participants in the seminar yesterday and today. After a gap of nearly, I think, 1.5 years, or maybe even 2 years, it's for the first time that we embarked on a physical seminar in a full-fledged mode. But at the same time, while most of us got affected by COVID, and we were the victims, so many of us, our families were victims, either in terms of health, or in terms of the economy, or in terms of inconvenience. At the same time, COVID also was a teacher. From COVID also we learned certain things. One of the things at least I learned is, for a long time we are thinking that we want to use technology in our educational processes, academic delivery. But every time we kept on postponing. Certain things we have done, but certain things we have not done. But COVID has forced us on how to conduct delivery online. A lot of times we say that something like, the necessity of the mother of invention. Here is not just necessity, it was compulsion. Out of compulsion, I think all of us learned on how to live a digital life, just like, in our education. Sort of everywhere that Swamiji was saying that after a long time we are saying, we are meeting people each other. Otherwise, last 2 years, whenever we say meeting, we are used to online meeting. So, but that is something that possibly, I think that is something good what we learned. And a lot of, whether it is in terms of the faculty members or maybe common man who were not using technology earlier. Of course, as far as the students are concerned, they are used to. They are all born in the internet age. But as far as the others are concerned, it was a learning. Starting with something like a small children of 3 years, going up to 8 years. So all of them, they were forced to use technology, not only for learning, but also to socialize themselves. So that is sort of a one learning that we did. So what we have done was, and yesterday and today, we try to make use of that to conduct our own seminar. So much so that while we have got participants here, there are not as many as we started yesterday morning. That's what happens, for a seminar. When it is the longer the seminar, the longer will be the more will be the number of dropouts until the last day. But at the same time, there are a lot of participants that are there participating through the various digital media, particularly through the YouTube Live, and they are all sitting at their own places. They are able to participate. So that is something we call it as a blended way of working. I think blended way of working is something, that is something that we got as a learning because of the COVID times. And this is something, it will continue. And it's good for all of us. Otherwise, earlier, if somebody had to participate in a seminar, they have to come physically. They need not travel physically. They can just simply switch on their, the PC or mobile or whatever for that. I think there is something good that is happening. I was particularly happy that yesterday and today, we had an excellent participation. More than the numbers, it's the quality of the participation that matters. In terms of, we got people that have come from the academics, research, not only from the universities, but also particularly from the agricultural universities. Yesterday, we had the Vice Chancellor of Visa Agricultural University coming and addressing. Likewise, organizations which are focused on the rural development and agriculture, like NIIT, the Agri General was there yesterday. And also we had, kind of a lot of participants coming from the industry and government. And considering that, yes, we are getting, this sort of funding support through R&D from the NABARD. We also had the excellent participation of the NABARD. So that way, the kind of intelligentsia that have participated yesterday and today, it could have been better than this. So that we had the perspectives from the academic, kind of research, industry, government policy making, and also the various bodies like NIIT who are involved into not only in terms of research, but also implementing various programs. And today we are having an excellent opportunity to hear the experiences from the Swamiji with regard to how the agricultural extension and particularly the FPOs, how they have implemented that. In fact, Swamiji was mentioning that they are getting a lot of funding from the NABARD, particularly the area of the FPOs for in terms of the kind of a honey processing and honey bees for that. So that with this kind of experiences and stories, I think that will help all of us a lot into that. And so I think there was something like about 30 papers were kind of they received, and maybe all of them could not be presented. Some papers were presented, and so there were a lot of learnings out of this, starting with the awareness building, that is what is needed to improve the FPO functioning. Then getting into on how to manage them better, particularly with regard to the capacity building for training, a lot of sessions that have come. And I'm sure, I think, what that was done in the last 2 days, this will go a long way in building a better policy framework, and also it will help in kind of improving the kind of processes by way of the best practices. It will also help in the capacity building, starting from the identifying the FPOs and members and how to manage them and how to help them manage themselves into that, so that ultimately get the outcomes. The outcome, what we are expecting out of this is, on how to improve the income of the farmers. I do not know whether it is right to say doubling or tripling or something, because doubling or tripling, in my view, it depends on where they are. Because if somebody is getting a very, very, very small sum, if they are getting only something like, maybe for the entire year, if they are getting 5,000 rupees, for them more than doubling, it has to triple. Maybe somebody else it may be doubling. So ultimately, it has to be substantial, and it has to be commensurate with the way the kind of, the growth of the industry is happening. If you take a retail industry is growing by leaps and bounds, but the growth of that, ultimately part of it has to go to the growers, that is the farmers. I think that is what must be the kind of outcome what we expect out of it. But with these few words, I welcome all of you to today's valedictory session, and I wish all of you all the best. And particularly in the next 2 days, we are going to have. So on the first, we are having a very auspicious kind of a event that we are going to have, and Mahashivratri, because every month we have a Shivratri, but this is a Mahashivratri. I wish all of you a very, very happy Mahashivratri, and may God bless all of you and your families with very good health and happiness.
Thank you so much, sir. As rightly pointed out, that compulsions have compelled us to become technocrats, whether we like it or whether we don't. But some of us, in fact, all of us, have become technocrats because we don't have any other go, because next time we don't know when it's going to be the third wave or the fourth wave. Now, I would request Swami Antaranandaji, Assistant Secretary Maharaji, to address our session.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखं भवेत्. Professor Ramesh Mitha, Dr. Arun Kumar Singh ji, Dr. Ramesh Mitha ji, Professor Arun Kumar, registered, distinguished faculty members, dignitaries, and many students here. I'm indeed very happy to be present on this auspicious occasion of Farmer Producer Organization seminar organized by FPOs University. I feel not only honored, but a sense of obligation to be associated, as I am in a KBK, Krishi Vigyan Kendra, at our Morabadi, well known to you, perhaps. I was thinking, when I came to know Dr. Mrs. Ganguly, have to address in this campus on that project, the farmer FPO. We have some experience because we are dealing in our campus farmer producer on this activity, farmer NABARD, associated by NABARD, farmer producer organization, and we are very successful on the process of honey beekeeping. I'm highlighting some points or background. Earlier, Swami Vivekananda thought about this. The farmer situation, educational situation, Swami Vivekananda, Lord, more than 125 years before, he experimented not by hand, but by feelings, by yogic capacity. He thought about it. Now government is implemented on this matter. You know, farmer producer organization, basically a legal agency, provided it is registered as a company, as a society, as a organization associated with a government agency. It is a legal entity, you know. In our Ramakrishna mission, early 1930, Swami Akhandananda Maharaj, one of the disciples of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he experimented on this line. It was experimented. He thought about that center in our Bengal, Sargachi Ramakrishna mission. Swamiji thought about that farmer's condition. Swamiji's thought was so magnanimous. He used to say, you know, in our country, parents cannot provide food to his children. Generally, children used to go in the his field to help his parents. Now it is required in our country. If education does not come to the student, Himalayas should come to the student. If student does not come to the Himalaya, Himalaya should come to the student. His term was that If Muhammad does not come to student does not come to the Muhammad, Muhammad should come to students' thought. That was his conception. In the earlier 1930s, Swami Akhananda Maharaj experimented. Now this ashram at Bengal, Sargachi, is existed now. Now it has been a KVK center few years before. You know, small and marginal farmers unable to go in the market. It is a problem today. It is a marketing problem. Once we know Swami Vivekananda established Ramakrishna Mission. Where from he get that idea? Do you know? Swamiji studied, Swamiji reflected his vision. He learned this lesson from USA when he was traveling in the European country. How an organized force can be a sustainable effort to our citizen. That is why Swamiji Ramakrishna Mission established in 1897. How we got that idea? From that USA, from America. Their organized force is coming. Ramakrishna Mission is now a legal body. We are in the whole world. It's an organized force. Swamiji reflected that. Now today it is required in case of education. Now today we find agriculture sector as good as you may say, is an industry. That green revolution started by Mrs. Gandhi. She gave that lot of effort on that. After we are finding government is providing all sorts of, he has taken responsibility. And we thought about this. The salient point is that the first FPO was created early in 1930. Experimented. At that time, we are not independent. We are dependent on that British regime. Then, early 2005 to 2007, in our parliament, it was discussed a lot how to be established as an organized body. But it was not successful. Why? Due to that malpractice. It has completely failed. It has become failure. I was thinking about that. Swami Vivekananda repeatedly said, when he came from the West, he was staying at Chennai. Some youngsters asked Swamiji, Swamiji, you are so powerful leader. Cannot you give me the independence in our country right now? Swamiji right now replied, yes, just now I can. But you are capable. Are you capable? Why are you a person, man? First create a man, other it will be failure. It will be a failure. First you create a man. Then Swamiji lectured from Colombo to Almora. We find more than 26 lectures in front of a younger generation. They delivered both powerful lecturing. You may study lecturing from Colombo to Almora. Everywhere we find that renewable energy, renewable thought, how our country will be sustainable in every aspect. Today we are observing that Swamiji's dream is going to fulfill. Now it is a matter of farmer producer organization earlier experimented, but it became failure due to the malpractice. I read why it was failure, then that's why malpractice. It is now going on in our country, malpractice. There is no man without any honesty. How you can restore a sector? Not only that, in your family member, if you are not an honest person, how you can expect it will be a very peaceful entity? That is why it was failure. मुख्य बात यह है कि farmers, marginal and small farmers, there is no organizing body. Before and Swamiji told, try to organize. That is why we find in our country how they conquered against British, how they organized Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Gandhi, how they organized that freedom fighters, how they organized, associated. Now farmer, we are experimenting in our campus. We are successful. We can challenge it. I know very well. Honey beekeeping. It's an organized body now today in our campus, Ramakrishna Divyan campus. Now the agency, ICAR, in our country, more than 700 Kisi Vigyan Kendra. Farmer can meet with that center, in a resourceful center. It is their duty to help the farmer in this line. That government taken that responsibility in 2005, 2007, it became failure. Then government decided individually, they gave some idea to that farmer producer, they created a body, farmer producer organization. More than 15 farmers, they can associate and they can become an organized body. इसमें फायदा यह है कि पहले तो इसको ये करना है, रजिस्टर करना है. रजिस्टर करने से डायरेक्ट कॉन्टैक्ट टू द कंपनी. इंडिविजुअली ये काम करना एक फार्मर का संभव नहीं है. लीगल इंडिविजुअल जाके कुछ करना नहीं है. ऑर्गेनाइज्ड होके जब करेंगे उसमें एक रजिस्टर सोसाइटी हो जाएगा. उसमें जाके फिर भी कंपनी से, क्योंकि हम लोग का सक्सेस हम देखते हैं गुजरात में जो अमूल आज ब्रांड नेम अमूल कैसे सक्सेस हुआ, कारण ये था, ये ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बॉडी ये कैसे सक्सेसफुल हुआ. आंध्र में एक फर्टिलाइजर कंपनी से कैसा फायदावान हुआ है, ये हम लोग स्टडी करके देखा है. हम लोग कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र में जो मधुमक्खी पालन बी कीपिंग, इसमें भी देख रहा हूँ जो जब ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बॉडी हुआ है करके अपना आप में एकजुट होके मोर देन 200 फार्मर्स इसमें एसोसिएट है. दूर दूर जाएगा में जाके अपना आप में पूरा एक कर रहा. अभी ऐसा फोर्सफुल हो गया जो दूसरा कंट्री से आके संपर्क कर रहा, एक फार्मर से संभव नहीं है. इसलिए ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का फायदावान यह है कि एकजुट होके कुछ काम करने से हम लोग का सोसाइटी में अब अगला जो काम कर नहीं कर पाते हैं, एकजुट होके एक साथ में कुछ काम करने से एक सोसाइटी बन जाएगा, रजिस्टर हो जाएगा. उसमें मुख्य बात है हम लोग सक्सेसफुल हुआ है ऑनेस्टी. इसमें पूरा रजिस्टर मेंटेन करना है. इनपुट आउटपुट क्या हो रहा, इनपुट पहले तो अगला व्यक्ति इनपुट आउटपुट कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा, उसे लार्ज स्केल में चला जाएगा. ये संभव नहीं हो पाता है. हम लोग से सुनते हैं जो फार्मर आके बोलते हैं जो अकेला संभव नहीं है, बिल्कुल नहीं. एक फार्मर दूर दराज गांव से आके रांची में कुछ खरीद करके अपना को आउटपुट इनपुट कॉस्ट में एक करके आपको चलाना बहुत मुश्किल है। ऑर्गेनाइज्ड जो होता है कंपनी से संपर्क कर, कंपनी सप्लाई करते हैं, अपने आप में जाके संपर्क करते हैं, एक साथ में जाके सब दे देते हैं, ह्यूज लार्ज स्केल में पहुंचा देते हैं। ये है सुविधा। एक्सपेरिमेंट हुआ है अमूल, इसमें फेल्योर हो गया, सक्सेसफुल हुआ, सॉरी बहुत सक्सेसफुल है, आज भी ब्रांड नेम हो गया। कैसा हुआ है? कारण ये था, हम लोग स्टडी करके देखा है, समझे बोला ये जहाँ पे कोई सक्सेसफुल होता है उसका पीछे ऑनेस्टी होना ही चाहिए, अदरवाइज इट विल नॉट बी सक्सेसफुल। इसीलिए हम लोग का कृषि विज्ञान केंद्र में हम लोग देखते हैं जो फार्मर डे टू डे से लार्ज स्केल में दूर दराज से आपका MBA पास करके इधर में एक फार्मर गोष्ठी लेके इधर में आके डेयरी फार्मिंग, इंटीग्रेटेड फार्मिंग सीखने के लिए आते हैं। पहले से नहीं था, मैं खुद में देख रहा हूं, बहुत सब एजुकेटेड आके कर रहा है। क्योंकि बोला है जो संपर्क किया है, बोला है रामकृष्ण मिशन पे जाके संपर्क कीजिए। क्रेडिट हम लोग का कुछ साइंटिस्ट लोग है, सब है, लेकिन ये ब्रांड नेम है विवेकानंद श्री रामकृष्ण। इसमें पीछे हम लोग का मुख्य उद्देश्य है लेसन देना है, लर्निंग देना है, फिर भी इसमें ऑनेस्टी होना चाहिए। आपका पूरा काम काज हम लोग का लेखा जोखा में होता है, आप क्या दे रहा, आप हमको क्या दे रहा, क्योंकि ये सब PMO ऑफिस में भी जाते हैं। हर डे हम लोग का मोर देन 200 लेटर्स को आफ्टरनून में सब भेजना पड़ता है। आज इतना हम लोग का काम का मैग्नेटिक आ गया, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट भी शायद मेरा ख्याल से चाहते हैं इसमें एनलाइटेंड हो, इसमें एनलाइटेनमेंट सोसाइटी सब इसमें संपर्क करके काम कुछ होने से ही फिर भी हम लोग का रिप्लाई देना पड़ता है, आर्ग्यूइंग होता है, आज इतना होता है। इसीलिए जब फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में हम लोग जो चर्चा कर रहा, हम लोग एक्सपेरिमेंट करके देख रहा, जो फार्मर भी जाते हैं हम लोग जब लेते हैं, क्योंकि हम लोग एक्सपेरिमेंट करने के लिए कुछ देते हैं, लेकिन हम लोग का कागजात सब होता है, जो देना है सब कागजात में होता है, मुख में कुछ नहीं होता है। आप किसी विज्ञान केंद्र में हम देखते हैं मुख में तो कुछ नहीं होता है, लेखा जोखा में होता है। इसलिए लेखा जोखा जब होता है उसको आपको सही ढंग से करना है। इसीलिए फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लीगल बॉडी फायदामंद यह है कि इसमें छोटा किसान गांव बहुत दूर दराज में रहते हैं, हम लोग का सब एक्सपेरिमेंट होता है, साइंटिस्ट लोग उधर में जाके संपर्क करते हैं, फिर भी हम लोग का कैंपस में आके मीटिंग होता है। नाबार्ड हम लोग को प्रोजेक्ट दिया था, 3-4 साल होने के बाद में हम लोग अब कर दिया है, अभी फिर भी ये चालू है, ये चलता रहा। अभी हम लोग सर्च कर रहा जो लोग का क्या क्या हुआ है, क्या फायदा, लेकिन सभी बोलते हैं, हम तो कान में सुनते हैं, बोले ऑर्गेनाइज बॉडी नहीं होने से हम लोग का छोटा दूर दराज गांव में जो चीज सब काम चलता है ओनली ऑन द हनी प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट में, मानिए एक घर में बोलते हैं जैसा मेरा माह में 50 kg हनी होता है, कलेक्शन करते हैं, ये 50 kg लेके हम कहाँ पे जाएंगे, मार्केटिंग समस्या है, कहाँ पे जाएंगे, कहाँ देंगे। ये अभी ऑर्गेनाइज बॉडी हो गया, वो लोग साथ साथ फोन करके संपर्क कर देते हैं, उधर में घर में जाके कैश रुपया दे देते हैं, कलेक्शन करके लेते हैं। आउटपुट ऐसा है, इनपुट उसका कोई नुकसान नहीं होता है, आराम से वो आउट लार्ज स्केल में हम लोग का बी बॉक्स सप्लाई देना पड़ता है। हर दिन हम लोग का काम हो गया, कितना बी बॉक्स हम लोग सप्लाई देते हैं गांव में, ये लोग आके ले जाते हैं, ट्रक भर के ले जाते हैं, गांव गांव में देते हैं, टन टन निकल रहा, दूसरा कंट्री में जा रहा। ये मैं खूब अपना को बढ़ावा देने के लिए मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, क्या हो रहा, फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का क्या दायित्व जिम्मेदारी है, लेकिन हम लोग का तो लीगल एंटिटी, हम लोग को सिखाना ही है, देना है, साथ साथ उसको कैसा इनकॉर्पोरेट किया जाए, या अंडरस्टैंडिंग में काम चल रहा है। तो हमें इधर में बोलने के लिए मैं बहुत आभारी हूँ। जो पॉइंट बोलना है, हम जो मार्जिनल फार्मर्स, स्मॉल फार्मर्स, सस्टेनेबल करने, आज फार्मिंग को सस्टेनेबल करने के लिए हमें बहुत प्रयत्न करना पड़ता है। लेकिन मुख्य बात है, हम लोग का पास जब किसान आते हैं, बार बार मैं बोल रहा हूं, सक्सेसफुल तभी होगा, स्वामी जी का वाणी, फर्स्ट यू मस्ट बी ए मैन। ये बात आज नया कुछ बात नहीं है, हमारी परंपरा है। आज दुनिया में हम लोग काम कर रहा तो जी, हम लोग देख रहा था, हम लोग गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस से काम कर रहा, हम मनुष्य से हम लोग संपर्क कर रहा, क्या स्थिति है देश में हम लोग देख रहा। लेकिन स्वामी जी का एक मुख्य है, सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए फर्स्ट मस्ट बी ए मैन। मैन मतलब ही है ऑनेस्ट, सिंपैथी, लव फॉर ह्यूमैनिटी। ये है हम लोग का स्रोत है। रामकृष्ण मिशन मतलब ही है ये है। आप जरा सुने ना सुने, लेकिन हम लोग का मुख्य बात ही है, रामकृष्ण मिशन स्वामी जी ऑर्गेनाइज बॉडी किया है, इसके पीछे स्वामी जी फ्रेम करके दिया गया है रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन, ए लॉ मस्ट वी हैव टू फॉलो। इसलिए आज वारस जी की मैं ऑफिस में बोल रहा था, जो दुनिया से सब जो राष्ट्रनायक से फिर मठ में, बेलूर मठ में आते हैं, हम लोग का प्रसिद्ध प्रतिष्ठान हम लोग भी जानते हैं बेलूर मठ, राष्ट्रनायक सब आते हैं, हम लोग किसी को बुलाते नहीं है। हमारे देश का कोई किसी को नायक को हम लोग नहीं बुलाते हैं, अपना आप में ही आते हैं, अपना आप में आके संपर्क करते हैं। हम लोग का अब्रॉड कंट्री में मोर देन 60 सेंटर्स हैं, बांग्लादेश, श्रीलंका, यूएसए, फ्रांस, जर्मनी, अफ्रीकन कंट्री, 60 मोर देन 60 कंट्री सेंटर है। कभी राष्ट्रनायक इंडिया में आने से संपर्क करते हैं, पेपर में फ्लैश होता है कि हम लोग नहीं जानते हैं, लोकल पेपर में आते हैं, ये हम लोग स्टडी करके देखा है इसलिए आते हैं। ये स्वामी जी का मंत्र है, स्वामी जी वेदांत ये दिया है। यूएसए, अमेरिका में स्वामी जी लेक्चर किया था वेदांत। अब फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पार्ट ऑफ आवर वेदांत टीचिंग्स, हम लोग फार्मर को तैयार कर रहे हैं। फार्मर इधर में आते हैं, हम लोग एजुकेशन उसको देते हैं, मोरल एजुकेशन, सब्जेक्ट एजुकेशन सब देते हैं। अडॉप्टेड विलेज है, अडॉप्टेड विलेज में हम लोग काम करते हैं। इसलिए फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सक्सेस करने के लिए वो लोग को साथ मिला जुला है, संपर्क है, उसको साथ हम लोग बात करते हैं, फ्रेंडली बिहेव करते हैं। वो लोग हम लोग को ये आप लोग का समस्या आके बताते हैं। एक ऑर्गेनाइज बॉडी है, क्या क्या समस्या हो रहा, उसमें कोई कुछ डिसऑनेस्टी है तो हम लोग साथ साथ उसको इनकार कर देते हैं। कोई डिसऑनेस्टी करने से हम लोग इसमें एक बूंद में हम लोग उसको संपर्क नहीं रखते हैं, निकाल देते हैं। इसे करके करके आज चल रहा। तो मैं बहुत टाइम लिया हूँ, आई एम वेरी ग्रेटफुल टू RSG calling me in his campus for addressing on these topics. Thank you all for
Thank you so much, Swamiji. And as rightly pointed out, for any kind of successful generation and regeneration, we need honesty. And who could have ever thought that the little Billy emboldened into a personality, he thought about villages, the life, 75% of the life staying in villages, and was futuristic towards the farmers. Thank you so much, sir. Maharaji, now I would like to welcome our next guest, Dr. Arun Kumar Singh, Head ICAR. But for that, we want to know a little bit about him. Before, sir, I think I would like to introduce to our colleagues and our students just a brief about this personality. Dr. Arun Kumar Singh Head ICR Research Complex for Eastern Region Research Center, Ranchi. His basic research interest is improvement in vegetable crops and farming system research. The research highlights that he has development of bacterial wilt resistant and high yielding varieties, hybrids. The second highlight, development of improved high yielding varieties in cucurbitaceous vegetables. I hope, sir, I have pronounced it correctly. And he is a life member of Indian Society of Vegetable Science. He is a life member of Horticulture Society of Haryana, life member of Journal of Potassium Research, and life member of Indian Society and Plant Genetic Resources. So I hope I have just given a brief outcome. I expected to know you better.
Professor O.R.S. Rao, Vice Chancellor of this esteemed organization, Swami Anantara Ramanandji, Assistant Secretary, R.K. Mission, Moravadi, Arvind Kumarji, Registrar of this organization, and Dr. Ramesh Mitha ji, who is in virtual mode in this program. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer and of this organization for inviting me to say a few words on this very debated topic. I hope last 2 days on 25th and 26th, you have debated in length about the FPO, how it is formed, how it is functioning, and what is its role in the society. Just I will take only 10 minutes to share my views, my personal views about the FPO. Why? As Swamiji already stated that in 1930, this concept was thought by Swamiji, there should be a FPO for overall development of the farming community. But during those days, nobody take it very seriously. The reason was very much clear that our total population of the country, those days, was only about 30-40 crores we were. Even we go to see the statistic after independence, we were hardly 40 crores. Now we have added 100 crore more. We are 140-50 crores on the same piece of land. This was the main reason to thought over the FPO again, because 86% of the total farmers of our country comes under small and marginal farmers category. 86%. Therefore, it was thought, and if we go back during last, in 29 February 2020, if we see, the Union government under Prime Minister announced allocated around 5,000 crore rupees for the formation and development of the FPO. And it was thought that within 5 days up to 223 and 24, we have to register around 10,000 of the farmer producing organization. No problem. Money, 5,000 crore is not a very meager amount, it is quite handsome amount, and is on the disposal of our financial organization. For example, NABARD is funding your program here. Similarly, some other financial agencies are also there who are taking beside NABARD, ASF-AC. ASF-AC is also involved in this program. NCDC is also involved in this program. So these are two or some other agencies are also involved in this program. SPO will be registered, no problem, because handsome amount of money is being funded by the different financial organization, and if we formed a FPO, then a good contribution of the government comes, and therefore the number of FPO is farming very rapidly. In Jharkhand, if we see the statistic, around 450 farmer producer organization has already been registered. It is now the time starts. Registration has been completed, but providing the basic infrastructure facility, how the cooperative farming has to be started, how those groups may be linked with the e-marketing system so that they can get handsome price of their produce. Here now we are lacking. We think formation of our role is just to form the FPO. No, our role is for farmer. Now the government agencies and others think to develop the basic facility, cold storage facility, processing plants, produce delivery points. There are some viable issues where the role of the different government agencies starts. I hope in coming days, with the help of different developmental agencies, just beside NABARD and other agencies, Department of Agriculture, Horticulture is there in the state level, block level, also there are functionary, state government functionary. They should think collectively how we can make the FPO a profitable venture. Only then the dream of Swami Vivekananda will be successful in coming future. With few words, I stop my voice and thanks again to the organizer for giving me a chance to be here. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. As rightly pointed out, lacunas will be there, but we Indians, we have the will, we have the power to come out of those lacunas if we want to. Now, we have another guest in the virtual mode, Dr. Ramesh Mitha. So a brief introduction to this personality too. He is the Director, Research Center, Education and Consultancy. He is the Chairperson, NIAM Center for Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Skill Development. He is a Knowledge Partner for Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare for RKVY project to develop agri startups. And he has lots of accolades too added to that. His proficiency in strategic management from 6 IIMs, and we all know what those 6 IIMs are. And last, aggregated certified trainer, certified business counselor, certified aggregate trainer in agriculture marketing by Agriculture Council of India. Not leaving aside, international resource person in expert for Asian Productivity Organization, that is APO, expert for Korean International Cooperation Agency, KOICA, Seoul, South Korea, expert for Development Academy of the Philippines, Manila, expert for Productivity Development of Philippines, Manila, and Afro-Asian Rural Development Organizations. Accolades, he has too many accolades, which we are having the little constraint of time. So sir, please forgive me for not doing justice to your accolades, but now I would request Dr. Ramesh Mitha to address our session.
Thank you very much for this great opportunity. And first of all, I would like to, welcome today's chief guest and Honorable Vice Chancellor, all the distinguished guests who are sitting on the dais, faculty members and other people who are off the dais and the participants. As we have gone through, Honorable Vice Chancellor has quoted many things. Swamiji has also quoted many things which is quite relevant. And if you look at, these are all grassroots related, needful thought process. If you look at the title of this program, which is National Seminar creating a sustainable roadmap for FPOs in India. We know very well, our economy is agrarian economy. And if you put up little bit focus on this industry, which is referred by agriculture, you will find it is more than 70%. You talk about water, you talk about forest, you talk about fish, aquaculture, seafood, horticulture, agriculture, medicinal aromatic plants, poultry, you just name it anything. Mostly things are coming from agriculture, except from mining sector. So we can clearly understand, like suppose we talk about the textile now, apart from man-made, the cotton, 100% cotton is coming from the agriculture. Look at this coir, the pulses, rice, you just any kind of grain, everything is coming from agriculture. So agriculture is backbone for India. It is not true. Agriculture is backbone for complete the world. If you look at this COVID situation, in this COVID situation, only agriculture was the sector where GDP has supported, and we were able to fulfill our hunger also, not only in India, even across the world. So this agriculture sector is very, very important. And I just want to congratulate the officials of ICFI University. Continuously, they are organizing this seminar by putting focus on this agriculture, especially on this FPOs, because this is today's need. Now, FPO, if you look at the government of India, they have announced more than 10,000 FPOs are going to form in this country. 10,000 FPOs means we need to give them good business plan. We need to give them good training. We need to give them good hand holding. And finally, we have to convert these farmer producer organizations in a real agriculture enterprises. And for that, this sustainable roadmap is very, very essential, which is today's topic. So I congratulate all the stakeholders who has designed this nice title and organized this very, very important and significant national seminar. Now the question comes on how to go for the sustainability by putting focus on the FPOs. Based on our experience, I can share whenever we talk about the FPO, to link the market basically. The market buyers or customers, they used to say FPOs are not competent enough to provide end-to-end solution. This line is very, very important. The reason behind is if we people are not able to make our FPO sustainable at this stage, they would be fail. Why it is so? Because when these buyers are placing order to any enterprise, farmer, or any processing industry, they expect things should come well packed in a proper label with the price tag on time with all kind of information so that customers should be satisfied. But unfortunately, FPO are providing bulk product, but they are not well equipped with all kind of requirement which comes under this value chain segment. And that is why we need to strengthen FPO for their sustainability. Now for a question, let me tell you, suppose one FPO is working in Madhya Pradesh or maybe Jharkhand or Chhattisgarh. They are producing good quality rice or good quality soybean. Let us take one commodity. Now the question is, particular variety of commodity, it is possible due to this FPO constitution. The reason behind is 100, 200 farmers are associated and they are ready to listen which quality they should produce and in which quantity they should produce. And they will follow all the agriculture marketing related practices also. Like for example, sorting, grading, this and that and all. But the thing is basically they don't go beyond bulk selling. They try to sell their bulk product to the various customers. They are not able to do the particular small size of packaging, branding, labeling, and as per requirement, they are not able to ship or logistic their produce to the end use of customer. So when I talk to the senior people, like the vice presidents of that company, the supermarkets and other where they used to buy, they say we are trying to help the FPOs, but they are lagging behind in this segment. So they are ready to give me the bulk produce, but they are not ready to give me the retail produce where different kind of packaging, different kind of pricing, different kind of segment is available. Due to that reason, FPO is not very much sustainable right now. Initially, they are launching, they are making the business plan, 2-3 years they are running very well, and after that they are in dark. Only few FPOs are able to make themselves as a sustainable. So the sustainable roadmap for the FPO is very, very essential. And I believe university like FCAI, ICFAI, or other prestigious universities can play a very important role. Why it is so? Because to strengthen these FPO, we need to give them right kind of training, right kind of hand holding, or the MDP programs for them where they can learn this marketing related aspect, their financial related aspect, maybe the packaging, advertisement, and a lot of other things, like for example digital marketing, their website construction. These are the points where we need to put our focus to strengthen these FPOs. Now we are working on a project which was signed by the Ministry of Government of India Agriculture Department and the Ministry of German Agriculture Department, and we are working to find out the gap analysis, especially by putting a center for excellence of the FPOs. The gap analysis is like in European Union, what kind of commodity we can export and what kind of gap is exist over there. So like find out some states on the pilot project, we are able to find out some good commodities, maybe the horticulture, agriculture, medicinal aromatic plants, spices and all. And we are trying to find out the gap which is available in Europe. And by identifying that gap, we are able to fulfill that gap. And finally, we would be able to export and make our FPO sustainable for this particular market. Here, I would like to give you one example. There is one commodity. The name is quinoa. Now, quinoa is full of protein and it's an upcoming superfood. And all e-commerce platforms are selling quinoa. India is producing quinoa. Many farmers are producing quinoa. And value-added product, processed food is like chips and many things are also available in the market. Now, Europe is a very great importer of this quinoa. But if you look at their importing country list, you will not find the India name in that list. You will find only Africa. So that is the purpose. They are not aware India is the country where they can produce, and our farmer and FPOs are able to produce in a quantity, and simultaneously they could be the end-to-end service provider. So by looking at these flaws and gaps, we can understand where is the sustainability and how to push these segment. And I believe this program has given them excellent opportunity to learn about that. And FPOs are, believe me, it's the future of India, because India is a socialist country basically. And promoting these farmers in a group and making them sustainable, I believe we are going to fulfill our real objective. And again, I congratulate ICFAI University by taking up this great subject with all faculty members and continuously supporting this FPO segment through these seminars. With these words, I would like to say thanks for this great opportunity which is given to me on this platform. And again, I'm always available for good cause in the interest of farmers. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Inspired us to have more interactions in the near future. And the two confined informations and the knowledge that we have enhances that modules to how to, what are the modules to strengthen the FPOs, and the two major hurdles. One is the proper training and the other is the logistics. These are the two hurdles that we need to face on the higher strategy. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would request Dr. Barik, our Assistant Dean, to sum up the session and the sessions we had for 2 days of the seminar.
Thank you, Madam. Honorable VC Sir, respected Swamiji, Dr. Arun Sir, Register Sir, and my loved, beloved, respected Ramesh Sir, who is sitting always with me from Jaipur. Sir, I'm really respected and I'm really grateful to you for joining through online, sir. Sir, the 2 days national seminar we have conducted, there are having 4 sessions. The first session was the inaugural session where many eminent personalities throughout India has joined. The second session was the panel discussions where we've invited the various types of people from various fields related to these FPOs. Then we have 2 technical sessions. Day 1, there was one technical session, and day 2, another technical session was there. And today is the valedictory sessions. So some of the things that we have learned and we have collected from this national seminar, I just want to inform in this platform. As is suggested by the various speakers, these FPOs must be converted into business model. Without the business model, this FPO sustenance will be a question mark, though it has been created. People have emphasized the model of Amul from the panel discussion. Various experts have emphasized this Amul model to be replicated. But there is a time to see the viability and the connectivity of this model to the existing FPO model. So that has to be thought of, and there is a lot of research has to be done for that reason. The third and very important points that has come from the national seminar is corporatizations and inculcations of the corporate culture to this FPO culture. Because FPOs are normally they are operating in a very traditional ways. They need to be translated in a corporate ways where Dr. Mittal sir, Professor Amar Naik sir, Dr. G. Narendra Kumar sir has also emphasized that there is a need to build a profit mentality among these FPOs. Yes, there is a time to go give the handholding support. NABARD, Government of India, various multilateral agencies like DFID, UNDP and all other people, and institute like NIAM, institute like all other institutes, they are also supporting, but there is a requirement of the handholding support because FPOs has not come into a stage. The success rate of the FPOs has come to 10 to 15%. Documentations is another area where Professor Amar Kumar Naik from Javir Institute of Management emphasized. And if the documentation has to be there, so that the successful FPOs, who were successful in these areas, that success can be replicated into the unsuccessful FPOs. So there is a time for documentations. The next suggestions that has come is the digitalizations of this particular FPO. Those are successful because the forward and the backward linkage has to be done properly so that the existing FPOs along with this product, they can be benefited. Innovativeness of this marketing plan or business plan, which many of the speakers, many of our participants from the paper presenters also they've emphasized that there is a need to go for an innovative market linkage when both forward and backward linkage has to be thought. And finally, the nourishment of these FPOs that should be there at all stages. So from this particular national seminar, we have come into these 4 major recommendations, what we have felt and what we summarize. The first one is the building a strong leadership. Any institutions has to be turned up, has to be led by the leadership positions. The CEO, the member of this FPO, it is a company. So there is a need for the strong leadership. And in that case, the FPO management has to be thought of, and there is a need for the training to this particular leadership. Maybe the third party training institutes can be incorporated. The second point, as already many of these people have emphasized, there is a need to go for mentoring. As we have seen, the young IITs and the young IIMs, they needs mentoring by the old IIMs and old IITs. And that culture has to be imbibed in the FPOs. There are many successful FPOs, and they should take some mentorship and responsibility to enhance the productivity and viability of the other FPOs. The third point we learned from this particular seminar is the strong market linkage. In that case, we need to establish the proper product portfolio and the market thereby. I think NIAB is the best institute in India where the market linkage and market profitability is best explained to these people, to the students, and to the farmers. Finally, sometimes when we go higher, we forget our basic fundamentals. As rightly said by Dr. Pradeep Kashyap, Professor Honorable and Father of Rural Marketing, there are 5 A's of rural marketing, and the first and foremost A is awareness. So once we start this program, once we start this particular project, we end up this project immediately. So the panel members, the paper presentator, the expert members, they've suggested there is a time to give emphasis on the first A, that is awareness. As we all must have realized in rural marketing, there are 4 A's, especially affordability, availability, accessibility, and awareness. And today, this first A, that is the awareness, is rightly required by the FPOs. So these are some of these 4 measures that we have learned, and we'll try to disseminate these informations to various agencies, government, and all other things with the support of our university and our NABARD, and we'll try to percolate these ideas to these people. As a university, we'll try to give our best support for the promotion of these FPOs. I just want to announce in this particular forum, apart from this paper from the national level, we also got 1 paper from the international participants from Kenya, Nairobi, who has presented a paper with us through online. So it's a very proud moment, and as a university, we have felt that we are not only alone, and we can do the best in our future roads to take such type of discipline, such type of topics where, apart from our brand, apart from these things, we can give a sustainable food to these farmers of these countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bari. What is a seminar without paper? Papers we've got nationally, internationally, as just immediately Dr. Bari has said. But it's very difficult to judge. And second, when the eminent judges have judged, the best paper award is going to be presented by our Vice Chancellor, sir. So I would request you to please name up. And the award is also being showed it on the slide.
Today, these are all the advantages of, the online gimmicks to that. We are so happy that we have received papers from not only India, from abroad also, as mentioned by Dr. Bari. The jury, I'm given to understand, had a tough time in judging which is the best paper. So the jury has used 5 parameters: originality, contemporaneous, the regular methodology, analysis, and the conclusions. These are the 5 parameters on which the papers were evaluated. And the paper that was sort of judged the best was enriching millets value chain through FPOs for sustainability. This is the paper. The author of this paper is Manusri Sandhya, Senior Research Fellow from Indian Institute of Millet Research, Karnataka. So, hearty congratulations. So, Madam, the award is present online.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think she's there.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, if you can kindly switch on your video.
Yeah, congratulations to you, Manusri
sir.
Sandhya, madam. So, hearty congratulations to all of you for the paper.
Thank you, sir.
So, that too, in fact, as the title itself reflects, this is where, in terms of, the best practices, particularly with regard to the value chain analysis and how it has helped, for a FPO in the area of the millets. So, congratulations. So, madam, would you like to say something from your side?
Sir, thank you so much for giving this award, sir. Sir, it is all you with the help of Dr. Sangappa, sir. I also thank Dr. Sangappa, sir, for giving me this opportunity, sir.
Thank you. Wish you all the best. And
yes, sir. Thank you.
I think, we'll be sending across the award to you by, courier to you. So, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And we will also have the awards which will be sent to you for the participations and the presentation for the other members. But I would also request our Vice Chancellor, sir, to present the certificate to Dr. Biplab Thakur, who is physically present here, Associate Professor, XISS.
ডান দিক দিয়ে ঘুরে যান এবার ওইটা পেরিয়েই বাস লোকনাথ মন্দির যেতে হবে না তার আগে না প্রথমবার যাচ্ছে এদিকটা এসছেন কখনো এদিকটা এসছেন কখনো হ্যাঁ এখন রাস্তা অনেক ভালো হয়ে গেছে এখন অনেক ভালো রাস্তাটা যেটা এখন সিঙ্গেল রোড ছিল এখন ডবল রোড
Are wonderful.
And now there's another request, Dr. Biplab Thakur, because since Dr. Niranjan Sahu could not come, so we wish that you accept the certificate. For yes, please. On behalf of Dr. Niranjan Sahu, Dr. Biplab Thakur is taking. I repeat again, the certificates of participation and presentation will be handed over later on. Now I would request our Vice Chancellor, sir, to express our gratitude to hand over a little token, the memento, to our guest of honor, Maharaj. I would now request our registrar, sir, to hand over the memento to Dr. Arun Singh. Thank you so much. And now I would request our registrar, sir, Professor Kumar, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ravili. Respected Swamiji Maharaj, Swami Antaranji, respected our Vice Chancellor, sir, respected guest of honor, Shri Dr. Arun Kumarji, and respected Dr. Ramesh Mitha ji, who is present online. Today is a great moment for IFA University Jharkhand. Not only because Swamiji is here, we have been getting his continued blessings, but also we have got dignitaries from ICAR as well as NIAM. IFA University Jharkhand is thankful to Swamiji for his continued blessings and his insightful views about FPOs and their condition in India and what should be done to make them successful. We are also thankful to Dr. Arunji from ICAR and Dr. Mithaji from NIM for sparing their valuable time from their busy schedule to make us aware about what should be done to make FPOs successful and which are the future of India. We are also thankful to our VC sir for his continuous guidance, our colleagues, dear participants, and student volunteers for making this seminar a grand success through their technological innovations and optimum utilization of internal resources to make it successful in a blended mode. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, as we have come to the last part of our seminar, I would now request all the colleagues, students to just come up for a group photography with our dignitaries. Please come up. Before we leave, I think on behalf of ICFA University, we would also like to thank all the online participants. Thank you so much, sir.
May I request every student volunteer to be here?
All the student
All the
volunteers, please
student
come up.
volunteers, kindly have a group photograph.
All the students, particularly students.
Okay.
Listen, listen. Zoom कर लीजिए। Thank you. Great job. You made it happen. Thank you.